Hello students, welcome to board mode. As your exams are proceeding and as promised, we are completing the lecture series for science for GCSE. In this series, we were looking for cell, and inside the cell, the topic we are going to see today is DNA. Okay. In DNA, what are the topics that we will see? We will see the role of the DNA inside our body, and then we will see the structure of the DNA and also understand the meaning of the complementary base pairing. Okay? So these are the topics that we will see today. First, we will be understanding what a DNA looks like, the topic number one. For this, we have to understand where the DNA is being located inside our cell. Okay? So let's see where the DNA is located inside the cell. So this is the animal cell, as you can see, this is the animal cell, and you will see that inside this animal cell, there is a presence of a nucleus. So this is our nucleus. Okay. So inside the nucleus, if you see the structure of a nucleus, you will find that the nucleus is enclosed with a membrane, okay, a porous membrane. So this is like, the spaces between it. So this is the spaces because this layer is porous or semi-permeable membrane. Okay? So that what happens, the inside material can go outside and outside material can come inside. Okay, so it's enclosed by a porous membrane, and inside it you can find a thread-like structure. Okay, and what happens if we will try to bring this thread-like structure outside? So you will find a structure like this. Okay. This is the structure you will find, and this structure is known as chromosome. It's a genetic material present inside the nucleus of your cell. Okay. We will see this in detail. So I'm making the chromosome here like this is your chromosome. And when you will try to find what is basically inside it, so then you'll find that it is made up of a thread-like structure like this. Okay. And when you will stretch it more, you will find that the structure is basically a bit like this. Okay. So we are just trying to stretch this material. Okay. And further, you will see that this particular thing has a, this is connected like this to each other. There is a connection like this. Okay. So this is the whole structure of a chromosome, which is found inside the nucleus of a cell. Okay. So this is the whole structure. This was our chromosome. And if you see this chromosome is made up of a thread like this whole thread like thing is known as DNA, of which the chromosome is composed of. Okay. And when you look further or you zoom the DNA further, you will find here that this particular thing is made up of this part. Just see for this part, this is the section of a DNA. Okay, the section of a DNA. So the DNA has been divided into different sections, and each section is, assigned with some important work or important property, important characteristic. Like this particular section is for hair color, to give you the characteristic of hair color. Okay? So what it is said that the particular section of your DNA is known as gene. This is the gene. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. So this is a basic definition, or you can say a very basic structure of how your, DNA is and what your gene is. So what we have seen, I'm repeating it again, we have seen animal cell altogether. Inside the animal cell, we have seen the presence of nucleus. Inside the nucleus, we will see the presence of a thread-like structure, which is known as chromosome. And when you will zoom the chromosome and see of what it is made up of, you will find a thread-like structure, which is known as DNA. And when you zoom the DNA further, then you see that this DNA has been divided into small sections specified for special work. Okay, and this small section is known as what? Gene. Okay, let's check the book, what our book is saying about it. Okay, one by one. Okay, students, one by one, we are looking at what the book is saying about the DNA and all. Okay, so here we are. I'm highlighting whatever the important point is there. Okay, so this is saying that the DNA in the nucleus of every one of our cells. Okay, and it says that DNA, the long molecule of a DNA is the chromosome. Okay, So when the longer molecule or this molecule all combined together will form a chromosome. That's what they're trying to say. That each long molecule of a DNA is a chromosome. Okay. And almost everyone DNA is unique. Okay. And then we will be reading about what does this mean. So DNA is arranged into sections. That's what your book is saying. That this DNA is arranged into sections like this. And short sections of DNA that code for a characteristic such as your eye color is called as gene. I hope this particular thing is clear to you. Now, we will be moving further to the next one. Okay. So the next one in this is this, which is what is the structure of the DNA. Okay. Before that, we are going to solve this very easy question, which is asking you about which one is the biggest, a chromosome or a gene. So chromosome is the bigger part of what DNA. Okay. So the bigger one is chromosome. That's the correct answer for you. I hope you get this. Okay. Now we are moving forward for what is about the structure of the DNA that we will be doing. So what's the structure of the DNA? To know the structure of the DNA, it is saying that basically any DNA is made up of two strands. Okay. So I'm using two strands here like this. So this is the one strand of DNA. So basically, we are making the structure of the DNA, the thread-like structure, of it. And so it's saying that it is made up of two strands which are joined together. So these are joined together like this with the bases. Okay. So this is strand one. This is strand one. This is two, and these are joined together with the bases. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. And then what these strands are then twisted together. And then what we used to do? We used to twist it like this. Can you see? We used like, to make a fabric, we used to twist like this. So the two strands are then twisted like this. Okay. I hope this is clear to you all. Okay. And then we will move further that this is the basic structure of the DNA that what we have seen. And then they are saying that DNA is made up of small units called nucleotides. Okay? So we will see what is the nucleotide. So basically, what is the nucleotide? The nucleotide is this particular thing is a nucleotide. So basically, a nucleotide is made up of a sugar. Okay. So this is deoxyribose. This pentose structure is a sugar, which is known as deoxyribose, and a phosphate group and a base. Okay. So this is the basic structure for the DNA. I hope this is clear to you. So DNA is made up of what small units per nucleotide, and what happens? These nucleotides join together to form a polymer known as DNA. I hope this is clear to you. So you see here this particular diagram I made for you. Okay. So in this diagram, what is it? You can check it. It is saying that, can you see here? And how I can use this. You can see here. So basically, what this is the phosphate group. This circle is a phosphate group, and this pentane is the deoxyribose, and this is the base to this. Okay. So basically, what is happening? Can you see this? These are connected together. Okay. The two strands are connected. The bases are connected together. Okay. So these will become the two strands of the DNA. This is the two strands of the DNA. It will get twisted together. And what is this? This is connected together with the what? Base. This is the actual structure of the DNA. Okay. And in this, if you want to see something, so we will be seeing what? If you want to look at something, then we will be looking about the strands and we will be looking about the nucleotide. Okay. So here, what we can see, this particular thing from here to here, this all sugar and phosphate and a base, this particular thing is the nucleotide here. Okay. And then if you want to look at the, what we can say, if you want to look at this particular thing which is known as the strand, so this particular thing here is the strand. So bases are connected by these two strands, and this is the whole structure of what you can say. This is the whole structure of a DNA. I hope this is clear to you students. Okay. Now we will see about the bases in detail, that what these bases are. Okay, and how they are made up of. So I think this point is clear, and why it is known as polymer, because these nucleotides are connected in this through a very long chain, and that's why it's a thing. But it is saying, also saying here, what it is saying, that there are four types of nucleotides. The nucleotides are four types. Why there are four different types? Because of there are four different types of bases. Okay, so these bases are different. What are the bases? It's adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. So you can see here, students, this is the thing. So basically, what happens? Uh, there are four different types of bases which are present. Okay, and these four bases are adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. And how now these four bases are connected then means how the DNA is bonded, that we will see. So DNA is bonded by how, the one strand bond with the base on the other strand, and there is a complementary base pairing done. Okay. So always the adenine will bond with the thymine, AC, and cytosine will always bond with the guanine. So here A, C, and C, G, G, C, G, C, can you see? So there is a complementary base pairing that will always happen in, the bases to get attached like this, where the adenine will always pair with the thymine and the cytosine will always pair with the guanine. I hope this is clear to you, students. Okay. We will see certain questions that your book is going to ask, okay, to understand this. So these are the questions that we are going to deal with. The question one here is, it is asking you have to arrange the following structure in order of their size from smallest to largest. Okay, we have to see which one is the smallest, which one is the largest. So here we already know this, nucleus is the largest unit because everything is coming out of the nucleus. And then inside the nucleus, there is a chromosome. Okay. And inside the chromosome, basically the nucleus is inside the cell and chromosome is inside the nucleus, and then there is a gene of which this chromosome is made up of, and this gene is made up of nucleotide. So what should be the series of students from smallest to the greatest one? I'm just leveling it here. The number one is nucleotide, which is the smallest one. The number two is the gene, which is the second smallest one. The third one is the chromosome, fourth is the nucleus, and fifth is the. So this is the whole smallest to largest arrangement according to the cell. Then the next question it is asking about using the rules of complementary base pairing, state the bases that would be found on the other. So we already know from complementary base pairing that adenine will always bond with the thymine and cytosine will always bond with the guanine. So here AT will be the one pair, then GC will be one pair, and then A and T will be one pair again. So this will be the pairing for this DNA. Okay. And then they are asking you to describe in detail the structure of a DNA molecule. So you have to describe the structure of a DNA molecule. Basically, what you have to do is you have to make a picture like this, the picture I have made, where you have to show, where you have to show this as a nucleotide, this particular thing as a nucleotide, and this particular thing as a strand, and you have to show that basically your DNA is a double helix structure like this. This particular thing, these all things are your answers, where DNA is made up of two strands. These two strands are just joined together by bases. We have seen the bases, that is four bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. So these are the four bases we have seen. And then these strands are twisted together. This form a shape known as a double helix. So we have seen this. Okay. And then we have to define a little bit about the nucleotide, that what basically the nucleotide is, and how the DNA is forming the polymer. So this is the whole structure of the DNA. I hope this lecture is clear to you. You have understood this lecture well. I'll be coming with the next lesson very soon. For this is enough for this time now. We will be meeting next time. Thank you. If you like the video.